as some of you may know, I work at a car wash detail place. But today I'm actually going to be ranking my favorite cars to clean. And I know that's kind of weird of me to do. Like, you're trying to get away from work and coming to YouTube, but you just talk about work while you're on YouTube. But I just want to do something a little bit different. I wanted to do a tier list for sure, just so I can say that I did one. So we're going to be looking at some of the cars that I have worked on. Obviously, some of these I haven't worked on at all, so I'll just skip over them. So we are going to start with, obviously, we're going to start with our Acura. Acura really isn't my favorite because whenever I think of Acura, I think of the SUVs. And the SUVs, I mean, they're okay, but I mean, Acuras, those are either driven by really old people or they are driven by like young moms who just don't know how to clean up after themselves with their kids. Um, so I'm just gonna put passable. Alfa Romero, I have worked on an Alfa Romero before. These things are pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna put them at great. Every time I think of an Alfa, I think of like those little four-door coupes. They're the bee's knees. BAC, I've never worked on BAC, never worked on Ariel. Haven't worked on an Aston yet. Audi, I've worked on Audis. Audis are pretty sweet. I haven't had any problem with Audi people yet, I should say, because I only really work on a few of them. The only Audis I've cleaned are the SUVs, like the A something, like not even the A. It's like the SUVs. They're black. I mean, I do know this guy who drives one there. And he's a member, but so I'm just gonna put it as good. Haven't had a Bentley yet. BMW are gonna go in terrible because every BMW person I have seen come into the detail shop, they're just mean. They act like they've never touched grass before, and they act so entitled, and it just hurts my soul. So I'm gonna give them terrible. Buick, off the top of my head, I'm gonna go passable because, like I said, same thing with Acura. Buick, they're either driven by really old people or they're driven by young moms. Same story applies. I haven't worked on Caterham, Cadillac. I've worked on some Cadillacs recently. Cadillac would probably, let's say good, because I just did a full detail on one of those, which is like $400, and I just did one of those on and the guy was super cool. He didn't tip though. Chevrolet, legendary. Chevrolet people, I've yet to actually have a bad Chevy come in. They're super clean, they're super cool, they always come out good. We actually get a lot of C8s coming in now because I guess we're just that good. And so we get a lot of C8s come in and they actually get their washes for free if we can get pictures of them. Haven't worked on Datsun, DMC, haven't done that Dacia yet. Nope, haven't done any of that. Dodge, I'll do good. So what comes to my head with Dodge is either the Challenger or the Durango or the Ram, but Ram's its own thing right now. So Challengers aren't that bad. We normally don't get a lot of Challengers for details. We get a lot of Durangos. Durango are the three seaters and they suck. Durangos are terrible to work in because they're so compact. And we have a couple SRTs that come in. But I mean, other than that, like the Challengers are pretty cool. We have a couple Hellcats that come in, but they don't get interiors. They're just members. So I mean, that's pretty much it. Um, Fiat, I'm gonna go with great, mostly because we only have like one or two Fiats that ever come in, and one of them is a straight piped 500 Aberth, and the thing sounds good. It sounds mean, and it's not even straight piped. I don't think it came from the factory like that, but it sounds pretty. It sounds pretty good. Ford. Ford is gonna be a little hard though for me personally because I do a lot of King Ranches, like a ton. I do a lot of F-150s, F-250s, so we're gonna go passable mostly because I don't like working on F-250s. They're so driven. They're driven by everybody where I live, and they're always lifted with these big rims and tires on them. Genesis, I'm gonna put as I'll put as good, mostly because I've only seen one Genesis. Because Hyundai has their own thing with Genesis now, to where Genesis just makes like SUVs, and I've only seen one, and it's the 2022 model, and it was pretty cool. Like the inside was actually really neat. Um, GMC. What would I rank GMC? I'm gonna go GMC as passable because GMC, obviously, like you're like, well, why are you gonna do Chevy and not GMC? Well, GMCs don't make sports cars, so that's probably where I'm gonna go. And sports cars, especially from Chevrolet, have really good carpet, and so they're easy to vacuum. GMC carpet is atrocious. It is terrible. So I'm gonna put it as passable mostly because I like some of them. The trucks are super easy, but like the SUVs aren't really that good. We're gonna go Honda. I've worked on a couple Hondas, and I'm gonna go bad. Honda is terrible to work on. Honda's carpet is like that really, really cheap stuff that shouldn't even be allowed. Honestly, it shouldn't. It's so bad. Let's see, where are we at now? We're at Hyundai. Okay, Hyundai. I drive a Hyundai, but I haven't really done a lot of them, so I'll go bad too. Their carpet's the same problem. Infinity, go great. Infinity carpet will always be superior. I don't care what you say. Infinity carpet is that really good stuff. And actually, I'm going to move GMC up to good because now that I'm starting to think about it, these two have the same carpet, and it's so good. That dirt just comes up so easily. So Isuzu would probably be terrible, mostly because I've had a really bad experience with one of those like little tiny sprinter cars. Um, I mean that's pretty much it though. Nothing else. Um, Jaguar, I'll go great. We have a couple F types that come in. They're pretty cool people. One of my friends at work, his girlfriend's parents actually own an F type, and it is a really cool car. Jeep, same thing with Dodge. I'm gonna go good because same thing, same story, pretty much. Um, Kia, I go passable with Kia because I mean Kia's okay. Like I've worked on a couple Kia Souls, but I just don't like the shape of them. They're really bad. Land Rover, atrocious. Land Rover is terrible because I've had one experience with a guy in a Land Rover, and I know I'm supposed to be doing this off of how hard the cars are to work on, not the people. This guy sucked. I sat there and worked on his car for well over 30 minutes. It was gross. It was a nice car. He looked at me, didn't even say thank you, and drove off. Lexus, bad. I don't like Lexus at all. They're terrible cars. They're very pretty. Now I'll move up to passable actually, because I've had some good experiences with Lexus. Uh, Lincoln, legendary. We're putting Lincoln in legendary with Chevrolet because Lincoln will always be superior. Their navigators are so easy to work on. There's so much room to work with. You're not all in this compact space. Mazda. Mazda will be put at bad. And I'm going to put it at bad because I worked on an MX-5 Miata recently, and you can't move at all in that car. You can't do anything. You can't really move without budging in at like everything that sits in the car. Mercuries are going to be terrible because they're Mercury. I don't really need any further explanation. Mini Coupe, I'll put it at bad because I haven't really worked on a lot of Mini Coopers, so I don't really know. We do have some that come in a lot. I would assume they'd be kind of bad though because they're small. Mitsubishi, I'd put it at great because their carpet's pretty good. My mom drives a Mitsubishi, and that thing is so easy to get dirt out of. Nissan. Nissan will be passable. I'll put Nissan at passable because same story about Buick. A lot of people drive Nissan SUVs and they don't take good care of them. So, Morgan, McLaren, Piego, Pontiac. I don't get a lot of Pontiacs. Ram. Atrocious. Ram trucks never tip on our cleans. Never ever do they tip. I've actually I believe I've gotten close, maybe not, gotten a tip from a Ram at all in the 6 months that I've been working there. They never tip at all. They're always gross cars. You sit there for like 30 minutes trying to scrub at stuff, and then they don't even say hi or anything like that. Same thing with the Land Rover. Porsche, nothing. RUF, Renault, haven't worked on any of those. Celine, Scion, haven't done Scion yet. Subaru. Where would I put Subaru? I haven't worked. I'll put terrible just because I haven't worked on Subaru. I only worked on a BRZ one time, and same story with like, oh god, the Mazdas. I mean, nothing much to say. Teslas, I will put at passable. Teslas are actually really annoying because they have white interior, which means they're harder to get stains out of, and they require more willpower, and they never tip. So I'm gonna stick with that. All right, Toyota. Let's see. I'll put it as good. I'll put Toyota as good because Toyota, they're super easy to work on. They have okay carpet depending on what model you have of Toyota. The Avalon has really, really good carpet, and the Camry has that really dookie carpet, and it's really hard to explain. Volkswagen, I'll put you at passable as well because I wouldn't say you're great, but I've worked on a couple Passats and they're okay. And I did a full detail of Volkswagen recently and they didn't tip either, so I'm going to be sticking the mud about it. And I believe this will be the last one that we do. Volvo will be put at good because Volvo carpet is very nice. I like Volvo carpet. The same story about the Genesis and the Jag, Infiniti, Lincolns. They have good carpets. I just don't like working on them because it's the same thing about Acura and Buick. They're mostly driven by old people or young people. There's no in between, and they don't keep their car clean at all. So I would put it good just because I like how the Volvos look. And let's take a look down here if I missed anything. I don't think I did. I haven't worked on Ferrari yet. I've probably done Scion, but I'm just going to put it at terrible because Scions are gross. Chrysler, I did miss one. Chrysler will go with passable. I just did a Chrysler 300 today as I'm recording this. It was a $600 detail and the man did not tip at all. So it's passable, but I like working on Chryslers, especially the 300s, because those things are sexy. Pontiac. I haven't worked on Pontiacs, have I? I mean, I think I did. I'm gonna put it terrible, though, just because Pontiacs are gross. Like the newer Pontiacs. I know they're not a company anymore, but... Oh, boy. Maserati, KTM, MG. And I believe that's it. So, this right here is my list of car brands that I like or don't like. That's pretty simple, man. I explained every single one of them. If you guys want to see more videos about me talking about work, just let me know in the comments. I'll be gladly be able to do it. Let me know if you guys agree or disagree with this list. Obviously, some of you probably don't even detail cars. Some of you know how to detail cars. Some of you know a lot about cars. Some of you don't. That's fine. If there's anything on this list you change, let me know. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.